Shout out Solana, been in since 2020, now go check it out, look at the roster, build a armada. I wanna shake all their hands, get those watch parties ready to pop off, man it's an honor. Looking like Tiki Masala, the way they be cooking up all the Solana sauce. If you like keeping up, you can come hear about it at the call. Need a seat break point, gonna get a ticket and I'm gonna make some ape noise. In the purple eco when we stay full, projects full of hype, yeah, I'll wait like an encore. Shock 'em every time like a taser, blowing all the minds, that's some builder behavior. 65k TPS, only raised with the best, ain't nobody that we wait for. POAPs on pro that we got the best around. W's on W's, dropping W's, it's getting loud. Won't hold back, reload at the speed of the sound. Whole squad, hold it down. TVO will make you proud. Superteam is in the house. I'm making music, you just shout. I'm rocking out with my doubt. You ain't even know how. Did anybody think that we would never have a moment that would make you wow? We got hella builders in the coat and rust, but looking nice and super shiny now. Shout out Solana. Shout out Solana. Shout out Solana, been in since 2020, now go check it out, look at the roster, build a armada. I wanna shake all their hands, get those watch parties ready to pop off, man it's an honor. Looking like Tiki Masala, the way they be cooking up all the Solana sauce. If you like keeping up, you can come hear about it at the call. Need a seat break point, gonna get a ticket and I'm gonna make some ape noise. In the purple eco when we stay full, projects full of hype, yeah, I'll wait like an encore. Shock 'em every time like a taser, blowing all the minds, that's some builder behavior. 65k TPS, only raised with the best, ain't nobody that we wait for. POAPs on pro that we got the best around. W's on W's, dropping W's, it's getting loud. Won't hold back, reload at the speed of the sound. Whole squad, hold it down. TVO will make you proud. Superteam is in the house. I'm making music, you just shout. I'm rocking out with my doubt. You ain't even know how. Did anybody think that we would never have a moment that would make you wow? We got hella builders in the coat and rust, but looking nice and super shiny now. Shout out Solana. Shout out Solana. Shout out Solana, been in since 2020, now go check it out, look at the roster, build a armada. I wanna shake all their hands, get those watch parties ready to pop off, man it's an honor. Looking like Tiki Masala, the way they be cooking up all the Solana sauce. If you like keeping up, you can come hear about it at the call. Need a seat break point, gonna get a ticket and I'm gonna make some ape noise. In the purple eco when we stay full, projects full of hype, yeah, I'll wait like an encore. Shock 'em every time like a taser, blowing all the minds, that's some builder behavior. 65k TPS, only raised with the best, ain't nobody that we wait for. POAPs on pro that we got the best around. W's on W's, dropping W's, it's getting loud. Won't hold back, reload at the speed of the sound. Whole squad, hold it down. TVO will make you proud. Superteam is in the house. I'm making music, you just shout. I'm rocking out with my doubt. You ain't even know how. Did anybody think that we would never have a moment that would make you wow? We got hella builders in the coat and rust, but looking nice and super shiny now. Shout out Solana. Shout out Solana. Shout out Solana, been in since 2020, now go check it out, look at the roster, build a armada. I wanna shake all their hands, get those watch parties ready to pop off, man it's an honor. Looking like Tiki Masala, the way they be cooking up all the Solana sauce. If you like keeping up, you can come hear about it at the call. Need a seat break point, gonna get a ticket and I'm gonna make some ape noise. In the purple eco when we stay full, projects full of hype, yeah, I'll wait like an encore. Shock 'em every time like a taser, blowing all the minds, that's some builder behavior. 65k TPS, only raised with the best, ain't nobody that we wait for. POAPs on pro that we got the best around. W's on W's, dropping W's, it's getting loud. Won't hold back, reload at the speed of the sound. Whole squad, hold it down. TVO will make you proud. Superteam is in the house. I'm making music, you just shout. I'm rocking out with my doubt. You ain't even know how. Did anybody think that we would never have a moment that would make you wow? We got hella builders in the coat and rust, but looking nice and super shiny now.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Solana ecosystem call for November. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Upgraded the setup a little bit over here in sunny Singapore. And I am a little bit too excited for the call that we have in front of us today. Production value going up, as you can see, across the board. We got a little bit of a new theme song for you as well that we're going to play right about now. The answer is there's no fucking chance I'm going an hour without swearing. Little Unusual snuck that into the intro video, and I will not be cowed by any intro music at any time of my life. We have a fantastic call for you today. We're going to talk about the agenda in just a second, but in case you are new here, you should know one thing. The chat is the secret sauce to this call. I got some stats. I got some numbers. We're at all-time high season across the board, as you'll hear about shortly. And the ecosystem call is no different. In the last ecosystem call, in just 60 minutes, 2,337 messages got sent. That is that Solana energy that we like to see. That is 39 messages per minute, which is pretty incredible. And I'm on record saying, screw McDonald's. We delivered more than 900,000 smiles during the whole time. So if you are watching this right now live and in person, make sure that you join the chat. We'll have QR codes in a second. If you're watching this on Twitter, you'll have to click a little button to be able to do that, as you will see very shortly. All across the world right now, we have more than 80 watch parties happening as people are coming together live to celebrate Solana and listen to me and Kevin make some jokes over the course of the next hour. Big shout out to my friends over in Romania. We have folks, I mean, just look at these meetups down here in Nigeria, in India, everyone dressed to kill over there, Nagpur, and more and more. I think we have 3 in the Ukraine happening right now. There's a ton happening just all over the world. We love to see it. Smiles, pizzas, happiness. Look at the production value of this thing. Looks like a goddamn opera theater here. Love to see it. Hopefully, everyone is checking those out. If you are at one of those right now, scan this QR code to join the YouTube stream so that you can participate in the chat and get those links. There will be a few giveaways. Spoiler alert, we're going to do a few giveaways today, and you're going to want to be able to click on the links in the chat as we do that. So I'll give people a second, pull out your phone, scan this little thing, make the call interactive. Can Kevin go 1 hour without swearing, says Pratik Dolani. Shout out to Superteam Earn. The answer is no. And I think the first 2 seconds he will be dropping a few F-bombs, but we'll see. 2 out of the 8 picks are from Spain. Shout out to La Familia over in Spain, doing some great work spreading the Solana gospel over there. Where else do we have here? All right, people hopefully have had enough time to get in. Video looks great. I'm gonna have to fucking move to Singapore now, I guess. Anyway, if you are watching on Twitter, you're gonna have to join the chat by clicking on the little link right there. Right now, you probably just see the video. Click on the link so that you can participate in the chat as well. We can get you going. I have the camera over here. I got the chat over here, so I'm not checking emails. I'm just trying to stay in touch with the chat as we go through. Eugene saying standing ovation for Cash. I have not yet earned it, my friend. But maybe later in the night, we'll see. GM from Lisbon, let us know where you're calling in from in the chat. We have Romania, we saw Lisbon, Brazil, I saw Argentina, I see my guy Farhaj over in the chat as well. Blessed one, shout out to Adele. Where is the second cam, David? When Solana price continues to increase, maybe I'll get a second camera. Right now, we're still on a 1-camera setup for today. Speaking of today, here's the agenda of what we're going to go through. We have some wins of the month, and they're pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. October was a good month for Solana. In many ways, one of the best months Solana has ever had, as you will hear shortly. Then we're going to go to our special foreign correspondent, Kevin Rokoy. Give me a little W in the chat right now if you're a fan of Kevin and This Week in Crypto, a member of the infamous Breakpoint roast that was not recorded. You had to be there to know what we were going through on that side, or you had to watch Mert's Twitter feed because he tweeted all the jokes fucking anyway. I'm swearing too much now, actually. I'm going to dial it back a little bit. Next thing up, definitely not financial advice, where we give you reasons to be bullish on Solana beyond the charts. We don't talk about the price here specifically, but there's some fundamentals that you should know about that we're going to dive into there. We Are So Early, where we have some giveaways from some new protocols that want you to give them a try. Work to Earn, where you can earn thousands and thousands of dollars just for being the talented person that you are. And then we're going to end with a closing POAP. If people are feeling good, drop a little W in the chat. FaZe Labs is here. Nigeria is here. Okay, the W's are float. We're going to smash through 3,000 messages this ecosystem call if I have anything to say about it. All right, so to get started here. I forgot that there was music on that one. I thought it was just an animation because I practiced this when it was on mute. This is, in fact, the wins of the month, where we talk about some of the biggest things happening across the Solana ecosystem. Here's what you might have missed in the last 30 days. The first thing, Solana's chain GDP reached a new all-time high. There are times in my life where I see an idea so good that I get a little bit jealous and angry that I didn't come up with it myself. Shout out to Akshay BD and Peter Horton for putting this number together. The chain GDP, like the GDP of a country, is the amount of money that's been earned by projects on Solana. And last month in October, that was more than $300 million was earned by projects on Solana. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you want to build a real business that is not just a Ponzi or not just about speculation value, come to Solana. That is the place to do it. And this is critical, right? Because the goal over time is for Solana and any blockchain ecosystem to turn into the city that has a vibrant economy built on top of it. Solana making big strides there, all-time highs. I see the W's are already flooding the chat. I didn't even ask for W's. They're already there from everybody from King to Mujibat to Superteam Turkey to Fortune, Alexander, Obi. Okay, we love. Peaches love Solana. We love Peaches. So that's win number one. All the Solana teams earning revenue, doing it the old-fashioned way. It is possible. And yes, the slide is true. This is more than the project revenue from all projects in Ethereum and its L2s combined, because Solana is where you go to build real businesses. But it's not just the projects that are eating well right now. It is the validators too. October was just a banger month across the board. The validators are the computers that actually run the network itself. Without the validators, there is no Solana. And so what you want to make sure is that the validators are able to be financially incentivized to continue running the network at high speeds, to pay attention, to upgrade, do all the other good stuff. And last month, they earned nearly $450 million, if you can believe it, folks. That is pretty incredible. This is going to draw more validators into the ecosystem, which means more decentralization. It's going to ensure that the validators that are here are becoming more professional, which is going to help ensure that the reliability of the system is better. And all in all, this is just a great thing for anybody that is out there staking their goddamn soul. Shout out to 21.co and the homies over there for putting together this insight. This is a massive one. If anyone here runs a validator, then you know just how good the last month has been. It's not just the projects earning revenue. It's not just the validators. It is also the builders. The founders on Solana are eating well this past quarter. In Q3, Solana projects raised more than $173 million. This is the most that has been raised by Solana projects since Q2 of 2022. So you can see clearly the money is flooding over. I'm seeing this right now. I'm in Singapore for Ignition Week put on by Superteam Singapore. Shout out to Kimmy and Nick doing great work on that one. And there are VCs and angels banging down the door to get exposure to Solana startups. We saw this at the Founders Villa in the UAE as well. Shout out to Alex Scott and the rest of the team over there for putting that together. Tons of capital is coming to Solana. And this is all due to the based founders doing based things over here on Solana. Love to see it. Partially because of how much teams are being able to earn, how well validators are doing, and how much money has been raised, we're seeing developer interest in Solana at all-time highs as well. It's more than doubled since the last year if you go and look at the A16Z crypto report, which is a venture fund out of SF. There's a bunch of reasons for this, right? One, the funding is here. So if you want to build a startup and you need capital to do so, you want to be on Solana. If you want to build a real business, you're going to be on Solana. If you need fast tech that works for everybody across the world with great UX, you want to be on Solana. And special shout outs go to Coliseum, which produced the Radar Hackathon. Did anyone here participate in the Radar Hackathon? Can you give me a little radar in the chat if you were with us? Any builders in the building? This was a massive effort. You can see let me pull up this graphic right here. The largest ever number of submissions in the history of crypto hackathons. This is the biggest crypto hackathon that's ever happened, and it happened on Solana itself because this is where builders like to go. So shout out to Coliseum, to Superteam, and to the Solana Foundation. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, if you're getting a little bit energized by this call, if you want to start to build as well, the Solana DevRel team, led by my guy Jacob Creech, created an 11-hour boot camp for you. There is no excuse. They filmed it with cameras twice as nice as mine, and they are ready for you to watch that and start to build alongside them. So definitely go check that out. Shout out to the DevRel team over at the Foundation. It's not just new developers, though. It is also other existing projects from other chains. The kind of magnetic effect of Solana is getting too strong to ignore. Just in the past month, look at this list of teams that we've had come over here. We had Time.fun, which is doing some really interesting things around allowing you to tokenize your time so you can give advice or do AMAs or calls. People should definitely check that out. They came over from Base. Layer 3, which is one of the best ways for protocols to find new users and for new users to find new protocols, expanded to Solana. Secret Computing, which is doing decentralized confidential compute, DECC, as they call it, necessary for a whole bunch of applications from AI to finance, is now on Solana. And then all the intelligence companies have come to Solana as well because they are intelligent. They know. I'm talking about Nansen, which everybody knows, Arkham, which does a great on-chain forensics, and special shout out to my guys over at Range Security over in Lisbon, helping us scout for a Superteam Portugal lead. They have come over to Solana as well. On top of that, you're seeing games come to Solana as well. So Metalcore has come on over. Very cool looking game from Immutables, ZK Link, if I'm not mistaken. And then Paravox, another game coming to Solana. And there's many more that I don't even have time to go through right here. Everyone and their mothers is coming to Solana for good reason. Cold River says, my mom joined Solana last month. If you have onboarded your mother, your baby mama, your grandmother, your auntie, your uncles, drop a little W in the chat over here because there's just more apps than ever for them to use. There's way more to do on chain than ever before. Thanks to everybody who makes the system irresistible, which, as you can tell, I don't know if I spelled that right. I'm not great at spelling. That's fine. But it's you. That's the point. The next win over here, Solana is now the chain of choice for stablecoins. I've said it before. I'll say it again. There are two things in crypto that have demonstrable product market fit. There's many kind of emerging areas where things are getting good, but there's two things that definitely work in crypto, and that is stablecoins and speculation. And Solana is crushing on both fronts. On the stablecoin front, just in the last month, we saw 4 new major developments around stablecoins. First Digital USD, which has heavy ties to Binance, maybe you've heard of them, has officially expanded to Solana, as Lily Liu announced at the blockchain conference in Dubai very recently. Solana USDC is now live on Stripe, which means that for any of the millions of businesses that accept Stripe around the world, or that use Stripe as their payment gateway from around the world, they will now accept USDC. So if you are earning on chain, you can use that money in the quote unquote trad economy without any problems at all. This is a big deal, folks. Solaire, very interestingly, released their first RWA synthetic stablecoin. So we're seeing new stablecoin experiments. So from new players, new use cases, and entirely new approaches to the game. And then finally, Crypto Market down in Argentina allows you to use Solana USDT in 200 plus stores, which is pretty great. The point here is pretty obvious, folks. On a long enough time horizon, stablecoins will be the way that people pay each other in the future. And Solana is the network where that is going to happen. It is happening with increasing fervor, increasing momentum, and increasingly wide range of options. So shout out to all the stablecoin teams. Shout out to Tamar, and shout out to the payments teams who are pushing for more adoption around the world. ISC, the flat coin, I see getting a shout out here. Cash is typing telepathically again. That's right. This is what happens when you're this amped up on Solana. You don't even need to touch a keyboard. It just kind of comes up fully there. Crypto Market Sports 2,000 stores now, says Farhaj over from the Forma team who kind of helped push this effort along. 2,000 stores in Buenos Aires. In a point very near in the very near future, you're going to be able to spend your USDC, your USDT at any store around you, from buying a coffee to buying clothes to sending money back to your family and anything else in between. And Solana is where this is happening. So if you believe in Solana, or excuse me, if you believe in stable coins, you should be excited about Solana. That's as simple as I can put it. But the second thing I said that there's product market fit for, the stable coins and speculation, the pro traders are eating pretty well over the past month as well on Solana. There's no other way to put it. If you have survived the trenches, please drop a little W in the chat. And if you have not survived the trenches, please put a little F in the chat right now, just so I can see how degenerate the ecosystem call audience actually is here. For those of you who have been looking around for new trading tools, Pump.fun, the meme coin launcher that everyone here probably knows, launched Pump Advance, which is their meme coin trading terminal. Jupiter, one of the largest DEX aggregator, period, one of the largest communities in crypto, launched Ape by Jupiter as a pro trading platform. It's super mobile friendly, really low fees. Bonkbot, longtime leader in the Telegram trading bot space, released the fastest and safest non-custodial Telegram trading bot. This is a big deal, folks. Non-custodial means that you have full control, right? There's an old saying in crypto, we used to say it a lot back in the day, not your keys, not your crypto. right? Which is why centralized exchanges and stuff, it's not really your crypto all the way if you don't hold the private keys. BonkBot has made that switch, and now you have full control of your crypto. It is fully yours. Big shout out to Henry and the rest of the team, King.Soul, and the rest of the guys there. And then, of course, GoFundMe by Orca is also there, so you can launch viral memes for free. All the Trenches residents, which seems like it's kind of split 50-50 in terms of W's and F's right now, seem to be doing all right, and they're having a good time on Solana. Outside of that, there's even more that's happening. Libara is launching an on-chain treasury fund on Solana. This is reinforcing another theme that I've talked about before. It's not that the institutions are coming to Solana. It's that they are already here, folks. They are already looking at Solana as one of the primary choices for where they can bridge the gap between TradFi and the on-chain economy. The Ultra Fund is going to allow anyone with internet access to invest in credible blue chip funds, giving opportunity to people well outside of just, Western financial markets or these small elite circles that existed before. The promise of democratizing access to financial products is happening on Solana right now. Shout out to Standard Chartered. A little fun fact, by the way, the Standard Chartered SC Ventures team was the team I was debating before the Superteam stuff happened. I was potentially going to join that team. I love to see them getting into the on-chain race. So shout out to all my friends over at the SC Ventures world. Fundbridge Capital, Wellington Management, Solana Foundation. In particular, shout out to my guy, Nick Dukoff, who's just been crushing it on the institutional adoption side lately. The institutions, they love Solana. That's what you need to know. That's win number 8. Win number 9, I'm still seeing F's in the chat from people who lost money in the trenches. They seem very sad about that right now. Win number 9, another kind of recurring theme on this call is that the future of crypto has to be mobile, because that is where the billions of users are going to come from. And Solana teams are taking that big leap. They are meeting users where they are, which is on their phones. In the last month alone, Jupiter released the Jupe Mobile. Drop a little J for J if you're a Jupe fan with me here. Which has a smooth swap experience and it's a simple app experience as well. The dApp browser coming very soon. Fuse by the Squads homies is out there with a smart wallet. They can do all sorts of fun things like social recovery. Bags, shout out to Finn and my guys over there who are able to create group chats for token holders and for creators and really start to allow communities to blossom based on Solana. And then, of course, Hype as well, which is doing fun things in the meme coin space too. These are all available today on the App Store. These are all available right now, ways that you can interact with Solana right from your phone. And that takes us to, I see some J for J's in the chat as well. That takes us to the final win of the month, which is, this one's a special win. It's really only for the Superteam members, but the Superteam Members Lounge is now live, folks. If you haven't seen this already, this is an exclusive members perk for people who have Superteam membership. And the goal is to have all the resources, all the perks, all the exclusive content in one place. We'll be doing live AMAs there, workshops, boot camps, and courses. You'll be able to ask for intros to anyone across the Superteam network. And it's our way of kind of bringing together the whole Superteam family from across the globe. Very excited about this one. If you haven't gotten an invite already, talk to your local Superteam lead. They will be able to get you in. Whew. Superteam, drop a little Superteam is a cheat code in the chat. I see my guy Arch beat me to it on that one. Superteam is a cheat code, in fact. All right, what do we miss? Do we see any other wins that we need to get to right now? I'm taking a look at the chat. Real ones get relationship advice from Cash on there. That's right. I did a little dating advice on there. Shout out to my beautiful wife and my beautiful daughter as well. Best thing that's happened to me. That is a fact. It's live now. You heard that right. Yes, Superteam, come on. I can see our next guest doing his impression into the camera down below. So I'm excited to bring him on in a second. But you see it right here. Akshay won a bet, said DGen Zone, as one of the wins of the month. Yeah, don't bet with Akshay. I think that he might be watching this right now. Akshay, if you and Dave K are watching this, hello, thank you for dinner. It was delicious. Anyway, all right. Cash, great dude. Appreciate that. Let's go. All right. We're running out of time, folks. We're already 20 minutes into this thing. I got places to be, and so do you. Solana waits for no man. What we're going to do next is a brand new segment. I'm thrilled about this. We finally have our very own special foreign correspondent coming on to the screen. Please drop a little JM in the chat, or GM, excuse me, GM into the chat for my guy, Kevin, one of the long-term folks in the Solana ecosystem. Kevin, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello, Cash. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Kevin. It is a Zoom call. You do not need to yell, my friend.
Great. Thanks for having me, Cash. Real pleasure to be here at 5 a.m. Really appreciate that. Quick question. Why am I the foreign correspondent? What is that supposed to mean?
You are the foreign correspondent. Mostly, Superteam hosts this call. We're largely in international markets outside of the U.S. We're global, and you happen to be in one of the few countries where we don't have an official presence yet, back in the U.S.
Okay, but I'm American. I can't be foreign. Everyone else is foreign.
I don't think that's exactly how that works, buddy. But I'll tell you what. Let's move into the news. Yeah, what do you think?
Sure thing, Cash. Well, I'm here in the United States where we're currently dealing with the aftermath of the recent presidential election, which is expected to have wide-ranging impacts on the global crypto markets.
And what is the energy like right now? Like, how are people handling the results so far?
Well, half the country is celebrating and the other half is looking for their passports and preparing for a move to Canada or Dubai. I don't know. I wrote these jokes before Election Day. Pretty sure it's accurate either way. But we're talking Ethereum L2 levels of disharmony and fragmentation, Cash. But I have faith that the American spirit will prevail and the South will rise again.
What the South will rise again? What was
sorry, Cash. I can't hear you. I'm getting an emergency notice from my team backstage.
Kevin, you don't have anything in your ear, brother. What team are you referring to over here?
Yes, that's right, Cash. I'm getting word that we have a very special guest in the building, and he's eager to appear on the Solana ecosystem call. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome special guest, President Donald Trump.
My goodness, please, in the chat, that little GM to President Donald Trump has joined us, looking as fly as always, Mr. President.
Hello, Cash, my brown friend. I love cash. Cash money, preferably unmarked and untraceable.
Wow, just amazing, Mr. President. It's so great to have you on the Solana ecosystem call.
They're telling me it's the best call there is, the Solana ecosystem call. Very entertaining. I said, wow, that's an entertaining call. Get me on there. I want to talk to these foreigners.
Not really meant to be about foreigners, but
it's my turn. I love Solana. Very fast, very decentralized. My son Baron, he created a coin on Solana. I said, what's that? He said, don't worry about it, Dad. He's a smart cookie. Let me tell you something. If Baron likes it, I like it. W's in the chat for Solana.
W's in the chat for Solana, folks, please. If the president is asking you to do it, you must do it at this point. So, Mr. President, what can you tell us about the state of the crypto markets in the U.S. right now?
Well, Cash. All right, sorry. Honestly, I can only do that for so long. Well, Cash, we've got a number of huge catalysts going on, particularly in the Solana ecosystem, from AI agents influencing markets to the tune of billions to adoption by traditional finance. There's a lot going on.
Let's start with the AI agents. I think there's been a lot of chatter about those, and some people are curious. What's going on exactly with AI agents on Solana?
This is a big deal, Cash. An autonomous AI agent has inspired the creation of a new meme coin on Solana, which has nearly touched $1 billion in market capitalization and has already amassed over $1 million in its personal wallet, which means it's outperforming everyone on this call for sure. If you want to know more, I did a deep dive on the history of Truth Terminal in the latest episode of This Week in Crypto, which you can find on my X account.
People should check that out for sure. So, Kevin, meme coins in general are a big part of the conversation right now. It's interesting to see where they're kind of meeting up with AI as well. But what are your thoughts on the implications of this meta, and where do you think we're going next?
Great question, Cash. Yeah, I think meme coins have unironically become the biggest onboarding mechanism for crypto, and I don't think that's going away anytime soon. To that end, I've actually put together a list of my top 3 meme coin picks for this cycle, if you're interested.
I mean, we usually have a pretty strict stance against talking about tokens, but that Trump impression was too good, so I can't say no. Let's hear the alpha.
I'm gonna do it anyways, Cash. Coming in at number 3, okay, I've got Flat Earth Coin. All right, listen up, because as we all know, the deep state is colluding with NASA to convince us that space is real. Okay, but let me tell you, Cash, I've seen at least 3 YouTube videos on the topic, and the evidence is undeniable. Only a matter of time until the truth comes out. Easy 3 billion X.
Wow, 3 billion X. All right.
Easy.
Not bad.
Coming in at number 2, I have Trash Coin. So, everything we're trading is already garbage, and the meme coin meta is kind of becoming a dumpster fire. So this is like a meta of the meta, if that makes sense. It's a very high IQ concept. I won't judge you if you don't understand.
I don't understand, but I'll take your word for it. All right.
Not surprised. And at number 1, this coin combines 2 established metas in the meme coin world, dogs and cats. It's called 2 Dogs, 1 Cat. It's a play on the classic internet video.
All right. Let's just call it right there. I think that's enough meme coins. That is why we don't do financial advice on this call typically. And for the record, for anyone who's listening to this right now, none of these are real. This is a bit that Kevin is doing. Do not go and buy these. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. All right.
I'm being serious, Cash. This is dead serious.
All right, Kevin. All right. So what else is going on? You mentioned adoption by traditional finance, for example. Can we talk a little bit about that?
That's right. I would say 2024 so far has been the year of institutional adoption, because apparently nothing is more appealing to crypto bros than the 200-year-old institutions that created all of the problems we're trying to solve coming back around to pump their bags. We have ETFs, PayPal, Stripe. It seems like everyone wants a piece of the action. In fact, Stripe recently acquired Bridge Network for $1.1 billion, a big move for a company that has already entered and exited crypto before. So hopefully a strong signal of their long-term commitment.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Anything else that's caught your attention right now that you think we should know?
I would also like to bring attention to the newly announced Solana mobile device, the Solana Seeker. It takes major huevones to enter the world of physical hardware. And Solana Mobile is taking a second crack at that Worst Phone of the Year award, so very admirable. It seems that this time they are releasing a more budget-conscious phone, which should perform better worldwide. I personally believe that if we reduce the number of actions required to complete a seed vault transaction by approximately 100, we should be on our way to creating a new industry standard that could be adopted by other phone manufacturers. Suffice it to say, I have high hopes for this device and its ability to push for the concept of a crypto-friendly app store.
Oh, your faith gives me faith, brother. Did you pre-order one as well?
Yes, sir, I did. I actually pre-ordered when it was just called Chapter 2 because I need a burner phone for illicit activities.
That sounds about right. What else is going on? I understand that you're going to be doing some coverage around the DevCon event that's happening in Bangkok next week. Is that right?
Sorry, did you say Bangkok? I don't know what that is. I'm American.
It is the capital of Thailand, if that rings any bells.
Thai what?
All right, never mind. So you don't have anything to say about DevCon then? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
My understanding is that there will be a lot of community representing Solana at DevCon this year, including Consumer Day by our very own Superteam Vietnam and Multi-Chain Day side event. So if you're a fan of Solana and you're out there, you should try to make it to those. Beyond that, I'm going to be honest, I don't have too much more information. I really only care about Solana Breakpoint and events that I throw myself with all might.
I've heard a little bit about All Might. I've been seeing it bubbling up around Twitter. So you're building a new company. Can you maybe any alpha that you can share?
That's right, Cash. I've got two major pieces of alpha for everyone on this call. So next week, I will be launching All Might, a new company completely dedicated to accelerating crypto in the USA. We're taking a culture-first approach. We put out great content. We host engaging events for crypto professionals, all in an effort to unite, grow, and support the US crypto community. And the second part of the alpha may be interesting to people on this call. In addition to supporting existing Solana community efforts around the country, I will be partnering with Superteam to bring an official presence to the United States, including launching a dedicated Solana community here in Texas so that we can support the founders, developers, creators, and other builders to succeed as they endeavor to build crypto projects from here in the United States.
Super excited for that. My favorite part of that whole description, by the way, is that you described yourself as a crypto professional, which is either very bullish on Kevin or very bearish for the industry. I don't know which way, but we very much look forward to supporting you on your mission as you bring people together. And I think everyone on this call should follow along, even if they're not based in the US, just so they can stay up to date on what is happening in one of the most important markets in the world. Where can we learn more? Where can people find out more?
Best way to stay in touch and keep up with everything that's going on, just follow me on X, The Real Recoy. Keep an eye out for some exciting announcements coming out starting next week. Looking forward to collaborating with Superteam on this effort. Hope we can be strong allies and take over the world for Solana.
I have great confidence in this. Absolutely. My friend, thank you so much for joining the call. W's in the chat for Kevin. How good was that? Before you leave, can you give us a little bit more Trump? I think the people need it right now.
I would say some very inappropriate things, Cash. I don't think you want me doing that. I'm passing some laws that everyone will hate. It will be amazing. Especially for you, my brown friends, Cash. Look at my
I'm honored to be one of your brown friends. All right, so Kevin is the best. Everyone should go follow him on Twitter. Go check out All Might. Great stuff happening over there. Thanks for giving us an update on some of the AI agent stuff, some of the meme coin stuff, institutional adoption, DevCon happening in Bangkok, and the Solana events that are happening there as well. Kevin, my guy, I salute you. I will see you very soon.
Honor, Cash. Thank you.
Cheers, brother. Cheers, brother. Yeah, as you can see, I think there's only really one thing to say after that, which is Kevin for president. How good was that, folks? Was that good? Should we do more fun stuff like that? We typically do, we've had Raj on, we've had Balaji on, Brian Johnson, these kind of folks, many founders. But I thought, spirits are high in the ecosystem. Let's have a little bit of fun. The W's are here. Kevin is, in fact, the best. I gave Kevin a follow, Desiree says, and she is a smart lady for doing exactly that. All right. Crypto Daddy. People are saying, God no, says Luis. Okay, so mixed reviews, maybe mixed reviews. We got to experiment, got to try some new stuff out. Well, with that said, Kevin gave some very poor financial advice. Definitely do not take it. Do not trade any meme coin that you see with that ticker. They are fake, not endorsed by us in any way, shape, or form. That was a joke. Whoops. Next up, we have a segment that I like to call. What do I like to call it? Let's try that one more time. I like to call it definitely not financial advice. Theme song didn't work out as well, so I'll just tell it to you. In this section of the call, I'm going to go back to being a little bit more serious about things that are going on around the Solana ecosystem. Hey, listen, the markets are good right now. That is obvious. But don't let the markets be the only reason that you get excited about Solana. That is a loser's strategy, right? What you really want to be looking at is beyond the charts. You want to be understanding the foundations, the fundamentals that are actually making Solana so exciting for people like me and hopefully people like you. So I'm going to go through 3 or 4 key themes that I see right now that I think are important, that hopefully you'll agree. And by the end of this, you'll be more bullish on Solana as an ecosystem. Again, I don't know about Solana the token, but Solana as an ecosystem, I think you will be as well. So let's effing go. As Vinan said, I'm trying to get a little bit better on the swearing side. We are going to start off here with the fact that all-time high season is here. And again, I'm not talking about price. I'm talking about the performance of projects and the performance of the protocol itself. Let's start with Jupiter, the everything exchange. They surpassed all other chain aggregators in monthly trading volume. They did $24 billion of routing trades in October alone. That is a big number. They're number 1 on the DeFi Llama list, all-time highs. Then we have Pump.Fun, which allows you to launch meme coins. The highest monthly revenue that they've had, $30 million they made of real money in October. Incredible. This is where businesses are built. You see Jito, which has an MEV-powered validator client. This is one of the craziest stats I've heard recently. Shout out to my guy, Joe McCann, who dropped this on the Lightspeed podcast. Jito is running right now at a $2 billion a year run rate. That is how much their client is generating in terms of fees. Now, obviously, most of that goes to validators, to stakers, if you're staking with, Jupesol or something like that. But it's still incredibly impressive to see how much dominance they've had, all-time highs over there. And then Jamino, to all my Camino Finance friends here, they crossed more than $1 billion in total borrows, right? Not just total supplied, because it's easy enough to get supplied. The borrow is the hard thing in a borrow lend market. And they have $2.5 billion in total assets supplied on Camino Lend, automated products powered by DeFi. So you're seeing this kind of suite of products on Solana performing like never before. And this is why we're so excited about what Solana is doing right now. All these individual projects, all these individual apps are crossing boundaries that have never been seen before on Solana, and oftentimes nowhere else either. And this is one reason to be really excited that our industry leaders across these different categories are doing as well as anybody anywhere. It's really impressive. The second thing that's got me excited here this past month about Solana, and hopefully will get you excited as well. I just realized my microphone was my microphone too high this whole time? Chat. What is the point of having a chat if people are not telling me that my face is blocked by the microphone? You're letting me down, chat. Anyway, all right. So hopefully you can still hear me now. The second thing that has got me excited about Solana right now is the Solana network state that is developing. The network state is a specific term. It's coined by Balaji Srinivasan in the eponymous book? No, that's not the right word. In a book titled The Network State that people should go check out. And basically, it comes down to this idea of having communities that transcend national borders, that are aligned by common values and common interests, even if they're not all in the same physical place. And we're seeing the Solana network state develop right now. Whatever you may think about the network state concept, there's one thing we can all agree on. IRL activations, IRL meeting people is the easiest way to build the strong social ties that define a strong community. And right now, all over the world, there are places that people are coming together to build on Solana. Let's start with the shipyard over in India. Big shout out to Superteam India, Shek Shetty and the rest of the gang, working with Proto and Decharge and Send and many others to put together this space in Bangalore. If you're in Bangalore or passing through Bangalore, this is the place to go check things out. Superteam Vietnam has another shipyard over in, you guessed it, Vietnam, with some banger wall art as well, actually. If you happen to be in Germany, shout out to the homies over there at W3 Hub, which has regular co-working spaces. In the UK, people maybe have seen The Square, which will be coming next year as a permanent co-working space that people from around the world can use. In the US, we have The Port in Miami, led by Jito and Drift, doing a lot of good stuff, and some other partners as well, of course. Where else do we have here? We have the Shipyard in SF, which was very recently announced. Shout out to my guy, Neil, for helping put this one together as well. If you are passing through the Bay Area, you want to meet other Solana builders, it's the place to go. And then the latest one, Sol XAR down in Argentina, I recently got wind, is getting his physical space as well. In all of these cases, I think what you are going to see are places becoming the shelling point, to use a crypto term, right? The kind of congregation point, the place where attention is kind of concentrated, that allows Solana to start to take over the rest of the world. So first, if you are a digital nomad and you are traveling the world, put some of these cities on your list. It's the easiest way to meet other builders. You can get in contact with your local super team. They'll put you in touch, and you can actually go and stay and work at these places all around the world. The second thing is that my vision is to have 100 of these around the world. I want every conference to have a place where people can go and work. I want every major city to have a single common meeting point for people who are interested in crypto and want to push the decentralized meta forward. And so if you are interested in helping build out the Solana network state across the world, I got some good news for you. You can start a co-working space in your own city right now, getting funding support from the Solana Foundation and others by going to app.getriver.io/Solana. If you want to build out the Solana network state, if you want to meet friends, if you want to assemble builders and create more energy around Solana, this is the place to go. This, to my mind, is a unique thing in the Solana ecosystem. In addition to these kind of permanent or freestanding spaces, we also always have pop-up spaces like startup villages, founders villas, Mountain DAO, Island DAO, and many others. And this is one of the things that set the Solana community apart. Should I give some alpha? I'm going to give a little alpha to any other chains that are watching this right now, wanting to know, you want to know how to bring the community together? This is how you do it. You let them actually meet each other, build together, earn together, and they will win together as well. All right. Love this family for real. Huge, says my guy Bjorn over here. Someone from Munich is down for this. Hit up staking facilities and many. Let's put Munich on the map. Absolutely. Someone should start one in Delhi. We want to see one all over the world. So go apply for a grant right now. This is, I think, a really cool thing that's happening right now in the Solana ecosystem that makes me more bullish. The next thing. Oh, sorry. By the way, just a quick little side note. I had to flex a little bit. You know, Superteam is so close in my heart. It is my heart in many ways. We recently passed 100,000 people who have come to a Superteam event IRL in the last 12 months. This is in real life. Please drop a W in the chat if you have come to any of these. You can just see Solana community, not only Chads at building, if I dare say, the best looking community across all of crypto. Look at all these lovely folks. Big shout out to all of the super hosts around the world who made this happen. Big shout out to the Superteam leads and to the people who are hosting other meetups across the Superteam universe. We love you. W's are flowing in the chat. God damn. I hope people are on right now watching on YouTube just to see how active this is. I can't really keep track if I'm being honest. Big shout out to everyone across the board making this happen. All right. Two more things that I want to shout out as far as reasons to be bullish on Solana, or reasons that I personally am excited. The first one is that Solana has strong foundations. There's a little bit of a play on words. Because it is not just about having a strong tech, it's about inviting the community in to be able to contribute to the network. And what we've seen over the last few months is the proliferation of foundations from teams that have launched tokens and want community governance and want community input in what they're building. I have been critical of DAOs many times in the past, and I will remain critical of some DAOs. I think they're relatively hit or miss. But if we don't have foundations that are trying to push things forward, it's going to be hard to ever fix that situation and ever bring more people into that decentralization process. And some of the teams that are doing it now, I'm super excited to say, are driving that meta forward. So we have the Tensor Foundation. Shout out to my guys, Richard and Ilmoy here. They have the Tensor grant pool that is available right now that increases the adoption of Tensor. The purpose of a lot of these foundations is to say, okay, yeah, we have a core team, a labs team typically, that built the initial protocol, but we want the community to continue to build on this over time, using a token as a way to align incentives. And so these Tensor grants allow you to do exactly that. If you are building around NFTs or around creators, this is a great place to look to get some financial support and plug into their expertise. The Jito Foundation has been around for a little while. As I mentioned earlier, they're on a $2 billion a year run rate right now. Absolute chads, my guy Bufaloo and the rest of the team over there, Seg and so forth. They're now looking for proposals for Jito DAO delegates. So if you are passionate about validators and MEV and DAO governance and you want to be a delegate in their DAO, you should go put a proposal in. It's a great way to start to get involved in the ecosystem. What else do we have here? We got the D-Bridge Foundation. My boy Alex and the rest of the team over there, they recently launched the DBR token, and their governance platform is going to come soon, along with staking and slashing, which I think are important kind of experiments that push more accountability in DAO governance, right? Then we have the Drift Foundation. Shout out to David and Cindy and Squid and the rest of the gang there. They are using something called Futarchy. Do people know? Do we have any futards in the chat right now? And that's with an FU. Please don't cancel me. That does not count as one of my curses. I don't know if Prophet, Nico, or any of the rest of my homies are in the chat right now. They're using Futarchy to help make decisions using markets, which is a novel way of deciding things. It's not just about voting now. You vote with actual funds, kind of. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's a novel new mechanism to allow markets to decide the outcome of what proposals should come forward. Again, Solana foundations pushing forward innovation at the governance and at the decentralization layer. Then we have Magic Eden, Tiff and the rest of the gang there doing some very cool things. They're looking actively for grantees as well to help build out the ecosystem. Keep an eye on Superteam Earn for that. There might be something big coming very soon on that side. But again, these foundations, because they have an incentive to help build out the ecosystem, want talented contributors like you to add value and produce things that make you happy, that are good for the network as well. And then finally, recently launched was the Switchboard Foundation. Chris, Mitch, and the rest of the boys over there are doing a great job building a community of devs, node operators, and network participants, Switchboard being an Oracle network on Solana. So again, why, just to summarize this, why are foundations exciting? I have seen firsthand the work the Solana Foundation itself has done, how critical they've been to the Superteam journey, for example. There would be no Superteam if we did not have the support of Lily and Raj and the rest of the folks at the Solana Foundation. I'm excited to see what types of teams and opportunities and experiments the rest of these foundations enable. And if you are watching and you are looking for ways to earn, to build, to contribute back to Solana, go hit up these foundations to make that happen. All right, this is something very exciting. This kind of general Cash is psychic because how does he type? It's just the psychicness. That's really all you need to know. So this is, I think, a really exciting thing that's happening. Decentralization of the network, more contributors to the network, good things happening across. This is what a mature ecosystem looks like, where nonprofits can help drive things forward in the general interest. All right. And then the last one, I just want to talk through. I've been seeing some FUD on the timeline lately, ladies and gentlemen. And so I wanted to talk about some of the fake metrics that everybody hates that you see, so that you can stop getting confused or deceived by some of these bad, I shouldn't even say they're bad faith actors, that's too strong, but will know exactly what the truth is when you're hanging out online. So the first thing that you'll see people make fun of is the claims that Solana does 4,000 transactions per second, right? Each, every time you send money, every time you try to, make a trade, every time you send a payment, whatever it is, that is a transaction on the network. But the truth is that when we say 4,000, that actually includes failed transactions, that includes voting transactions and non-voting transactions. So the real metric to look at here is true TPS. These are the non-voting transactions. And we're doing about 900 per second, which is still, significantly more than any other ecosystem. And hopefully there'll be even more later on. Here's like the actual alpha that most people will not tell you, or most people will not let you know. Solana can do more. In practice, TPS is also a function of demand and how many people want to do transactions and how much compute unit space there is in any particular block. So hopefully this number continues to go up as more and more people want to use Solana going forward. It just so happens that Solana is so fast and transactions are so cheap that voting transactions also get counted into the total transactions per second. Hopefully that clarifies things. The next thing is something that kind of hurts my own heart here. People like to say sometimes that Solana has 100 million monthly active users. This is not true. Don't say this. This is not true. What Solana has is this number of monthly active wallets, but wallets are not users because wallets can be built by, of course, real users. I use wallets, but I have, like 10 to 15 different wallets that I use depending on what kind of activities I'm doing. Then you also have bots that are creating addresses. You have wash traders that are trading with themselves using different addresses. So be highly skeptical anytime you see Solana or any other ecosystem pump wallets as users. It is very hard in crypto to know how many users you have. It's much easier to know the wallets. Large wallet numbers are still good. It's not as if it's bad. Those are still useful, but you can't mistake those as users. And so my voice is very slow, I'm being told. Is it very low? All right. Q is loving this segment. Q, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're enjoying this as well. Cash is... Amy said Cash is a sybil. I've been known to sybil from time to time. No, I have multiple accounts for testing different types of apps. Cash is a sybil. Please do not meme that into a thing. All right, just two more quick things here because I know we're running long on time here. The first is that transaction fees are no longer cheap, and that Tolly is stealing the money, is what people are saying out there. Obviously, this is not true. That Tolly is stealing the money. It is true that average transaction cost is going up on Solana. And that is what people from other ecosystems, or even people from within the own ecosystem who want to hold us to account, might claim as a significant problem. From my perspective, not that big of a deal. These transaction fees are used to process instructions on chain, these transactions, as I said. The median fee is the thing to look at, not the average fee. Because the average fee includes priority fees and all the other reasons that people would pay a lot of money when they have something really urgent that needs to get done on chain, whether that's make a trade or, bid at auction or anything else like that. So the average fee increases as more people pay priority fees because there's more urgency to using the network. But for you as a day-to-day user of Solana, if you were just using it, to check out whatever Drip House or to send payments using Decaf or any of the or Sphere or something like that, you don't have to worry. The median fees have actually been reducing. It's actually been getting cheaper. They're 20% down quarter over quarter for the median use. Average can get skewed if there's a lot of things at the top end. Median is the number really to be looking at. Joshua says, hello, I'm new to this community and don't know what Solana is all about, but I love the show. Great, you are in the right place. Love the segment, says Molu. Shout out to my guy Molu. Or my girl Molu. I don't actually know what Molu is. I only know him on Twitter. People are so misinformed. I'm glad to hear this. One last thing that I want to just kind of convey to the rest of to everyone watching here. There's a lot of confusion right now around rent fees. So I just wanted to clear this up right now. Rent fees. So when there's an airdrop, there's a small amount of the token that you have to use to initialize the account, right? So think about it almost like you have a cabinet, and every time you get a new token, you have a new drawer. Right? You have to pay for that drawer to be installed basically and open it, right? Here's the thing about that rent. You can actually reclaim it at any time, and I encourage you to do so. If you have never tried doing this before, if you have no more of that token or you're no longer interacting with that program, you can actually reclaim that rent and get that funded back. Now, that rent is relatively small. It's like 0.002 SOL or something like this, maybe a little bit less. But if you've been using Solana for a while, you can actually get quite a lot of SOL back. I did this recently, and I got like 1.5 Solana back into my wallet, which is pretty great. Big shout out to your favorite slug, Slorg the Slug Man, who, along with the team, built the Sol Incinerator, which is a free tool that you can use to reclaim your rent. And if you've been using Solana for a while, you can get some money back. Step Finance also has a reclaim rent tool as well. But just know that the rent fees are not going to the project teams or to the token. They're going to the network to create that space for your wallet. So hopefully that clears it up. Yeah, Darius, rent fees can be reclaimed. It's a pretty great thing. I think Squads also allows you to do this. So basically, everyone who's watching this right now, if you've never reclaimed rent, I got some news. It's like finding extra change in your couch. You'll just be like, oh wow, here's a few SOL that maybe I've come across because I did a lot of trading or had a lot of NFTs that I don't use. If you get a lot of spam tokens or spam NFTs, you can also use Sol Incinerator or the other tools that I mentioned to burn those and reclaim the rent as well. So now you can basically make money from getting spammed, which is a nice little thing. Claim Your Soul is another one. Thank you, Gwen. You're absolutely right. You're right. Fred Cash is the alpha. Reclaim the rents. Step Finance is doing great work there as well. Mola says, Metaplex taking our money in 6 months if you don't reclaim. Yeah, there is a bit of a controversy with Metaplex right now. How much time do I have? Can I talk about this for a second? I don't know if people have been following this or want to go through this. Yeah, I'll talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about it next month. For anyone who does not... Sorry, Mola, you're getting me too excited. I'm going to go. Squads has auto claims, says Bjorn. So shout out to Stepan, Garrett, and the rest of the team over there. Another great one. All right. That is it for definitely not financial advice. I know we're coming up towards the end of the call here. Roger Lily. What? I don't know what that means. Wins of the month done. Foreign correspondent done. Definitely not financial advice. We Are So Early, Work Turn, and the closing POAP coming up next. So We Are So Early is... Nice. We are so early in the section. We try to showcase some new apps that are in the ecosystem that you might want to try and hopefully get you some rewards for trying it out as well. The first one I want to talk about is Moonwalk, which allows you to gamify your fitness journey. Moonwalk is super cool. Give me a little W in the chat if you have already used Moonwalk, by the way. Caitlin and the rest of the team there are doing some really cool things. Basically, it tracks your steps and it's trying to encourage you to be more healthy. So they have an XP system that rewards your dedication in the fitness community, which allows you to hit your step goals, to earn XP, climb that leaderboard, all those kinds of things. And right now, just for people who are watching this call, you should bring out your phone or open up the chat because there's about to be a little giveaway that's about to happen here. They're going to open up an exclusive Solana ecosystem call Moonwalk competition, where all you have to do is hit 7,000 steps a day. If you miss your steps, part of the stake of your prize of that prize pool goes to the contest top finishers. So if you do more than 7,000, you can be on the top of the leaderboard, get rewarded extra. And if you want to get rewarded a little bit, just make sure to hit that $7,000 or 7,000 steps a day. This is a really cool way that I think we're seeing crypto bring real value in the real world, right? Where the crypto element is really just around the payments. It's really just around this kind of wagering that you can do within the app. But fundamentally, the app is actually about making your life better, about making you more healthy. And I definitely encourage people to check this out. Q4, they're going to be releasing a gamified iOS and Android app with a fiat on and off ramp. As I like to say, the future is mobile and Moonwalk is embracing this. So this is super cool to see. I see a lot of folks like it. Here is the QR code. It is a $5,000 prize pool for people that sign up for this, right? First 500 spots only. Cash, how to get on the contest. All you got to do is scan this QR code or click the link in the chat. Snow Vibes wants to moonwalk like Michael Jackson. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. When Superteam sponsored game on Moonwalk, this is the partnership game, Gwen, that we're doing with Moonwalk right now over here. So let's go. I'll give people another 2 or 3 seconds to get that Moonwalk going. Show them some love on Twitter if you see them for doing this contest. I think this is a very cool thing, rewarding folks in the ecosystem. We said it in the little video that we put out in advance, like too many apps, too little time. This is one of those apps that I want to make sure that people don't overlook. And by the way, this is not a paid shill. As I should say, none of these are paid shills. The money that comes in goes directly to you. There's no, we don't take custody of it, and you cannot buy a place on this call. All right, everyone's pulling out their phones now. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go on to the next one. Last one, and we are so early. Pulse, wearables for productivity hackers. This is a very cool one. Pulse.site/superteam to get involved over here. Let me tell you a little bit about Pulse. Pulse is a fitness tracking band, right? Here's the basic idea. If you wear, the Whoop or the Aura or any of these kind of devices that track your health data, more often than not, they're going to go ahead and sell your data to insurance companies and to other providers and monetize you without you getting any of the upside. Crypto is starting to shift that away. We're seeing these cool new DePIN plays where the physical DePIN, for anyone who doesn't know, is decentralized physical infrastructure networks. And where you're seeing that the infrastructure networks can be sensors that don't have to just be for, dash cams in cars or telecom kind of entry points, right? They can actually also be things that you put on your body, little sensors. So this is an emerging category that is getting even bigger, and Pulse is there building this out of Superteam UK. Basically, they have a physical device. You wear it around. It tracks your health, your productivity, and gives you AI-powered insights for sleep, longevity, nutrition, and much more. They already sold out of their the Wave 1, but Superteam members will have a chance to buy today. And everybody else, Superteam, as Arch says, making Superteam UK proud. And as I'm saying telepathically, shout out to Nix and crew for sure. Here is the giveaway. You can scan this QR code. You can get $50 worth of bonk or win a free Pulse wearable for 65 people in the entries. Whoever signs this, get on top of that. Pulse for the W. This is pretty cool. I'm super D-pin for D-win, says Carolina. That's pretty good. UK making us proud as always. That's a fact. I'll let this up for a second. I think Pulse is really cool. Kudus obviously has a ring. They've been featured on this call before. And I think we're going to see many more of these. It's kind of like longevity X crypto kind of mashups where you're able to contribute your data in ways that allow you to stay in control and allow you to get rewarded rather than other middlemen taking away those fees. So shout out to Pulse, London Hacker House, and Superteam UK Demo Day winners, says my guy Cap in the chat. By the way, if you are a Superteam member, join their Discord and use the command/Superteam in the Proof of ST channel, and you will actually still be able to buy one even though they are sold out. Superteam loves you, And this is a super team itself. All right. Yeah, I think that takes us into work to earn. As the last segment here, we always want to make sure that you leave with some opportunities to make some money, because it is so much sweeter to earn your crypto than it is to buy it. These are ways that you can contribute back into the ecosystem, build your Web3 portfolio, get a job that's going to change your life, or get the skills you need to start a company that's going to change your life and other people's lives. Let's look at the first bounty here. $8,000 bounty. God damn. This one's for the devs. Develop a site where your users can launch their own stablecoins based on the yield-bearing stablecoin tokens that exist on Etherfuse. This is stable.fun. Very cool idea. Make money. Who doesn't love money? That's right, Marius. Who doesn't like building cool stuff? You can go to earn.superteam.fun to participate in this bounty. I think it's super cool, giving devs an opportunity to really flex their kind of creative muscles. And who knows where this goes? Could be a really interesting project for you to run into the future or to team up on. Might get you a job. $8,000 bounty for building a site where users can launch their own stablecoins. Next, $5,000 bounty. Ooh, bounties are big this month. I like big bounties, and I cannot lie. Solana. I instantly regret doing that, by the way. That was not a good idea. I'm tired. It's late in Singapore. Solana SUSD, that's the stablecoin that I mentioned earlier today that's backed. It's a synthetic stablecoin backed by real-world assets, designed for stability and for growth, as the slide tells me. Your mission is just to create high-quality content about it and how it is helping push the stablecoin space forward. I think this is a really fun opportunity for people that are interested in kind of learning more about what they're doing or learn more about how crypto can work, learn more about novel mechanism design inside of crypto, and look at real innovation, right? Centralized stablecoins are useful. There's no doubt about it. But it's also useful to have these cool experiments around the stablecoin space if we want to see everything that crypto can do. I did have to catch myself with that one. That is true. And then finally, there's also a $2,000 project on Superteam Earn right now. If you believe in community, if you believe in DPIN, Wi-Fi Dubba, another Superteam project out of India, is building a decentralized infrastructure for India, particularly on the Wi-Fi side right now. In the future, that might grow. Y Combinator startup, I believe, certainly funded by Multicoin. That is for sure. Great team. Love all those guys. They're looking for a community manager. So you can apply right now if you feel like that might be you, if you like to bring people together and do cool things. All right. That is going to be it. As a reminder, if you are looking for Solana native talent, if you are a founder or if you are a project watching this, Superteam Earn is the single best place that you can go in the ecosystem. There's like 48,000 verified users. So it's not just like people who come to the website. These people have given us their email. Their email has been validated and proven true. Every week, roughly $100,000 of new earning opportunities are getting added to Superteam Earn. And roughly $95,000 are being earned on Superteam Earn. Those two numbers are starting to go parabolic, folks. This is, I think, a real advantage for the Solana ecosystem, but even more importantly, it's a real advantage for you watching right now so that you can start to earn, change your life and the lives of those around you while building a better decentralized future. That's what I have to say about that. Earn is the best. Shiva is correct. I think a lot of you just know me as the guy that sends out emails as cash from Superteam. In any case, I see Thep as well. Shout out to the Solana All-Stars who are also doing crazy good work. People should check them out as well. All right. With that said, that's going to take us to the end of this Solana ecosystem call. Did I actually end on time? Wow. A first ever world premiere ending on time in an ecosystem call. They said it couldn't be done. The hater said, no, Cash likes to yap too much. I got one thing for you to say. I got one thing to say to the haters. I don't actually want to say it. Fuck it. Fuck you, haters. I ended on time. Look at this. I do know how to read a clock. That's how we do these things over here. You can scan this QR code to get the POAP. Let people know that you're here. Get this beautiful art into your wallet, looking over a beautiful lake. At this point, you'll have to scan using your camera, not your mobile wallet. Then you can link your Discord and Twitter, and you will receive your POAP. Big shout out to TipLink. Last few things to say. Join us in IRL. If you enjoyed watching this online, I can promise you you're going to like it even more in real life. There's networking events all around it. It's a great time. And if you want to host your own in your own city, please do that as well. We can help on the funding side to make your life easier. app.getriver.io/superteam. Join us on Telegram if you had any problems or any follow-up questions. I think the Ecosystem Call OGs group is getting up to like past 2,000 people, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of folks are doing there. If you are a newbie like Joshua in the chat, this is a great place to go. You can ask questions and learn. The people are very helpful and nice over there. And finally, I just want to say thanks so much for coming. It is a little stressful to do these calls. I won't lie. A lot of time goes into this. A big shout out to the team that helps put this together. Would not happen without Srijani, Noe on the We Are So Early, Chris, who helps doing all of the live meetups, Little Unusual, who did all the little sections and the graphics work. A lot of work comes into it, and it just makes me feel really happy that people come out month after month, that you guys find it valuable, that you participate in the chat. And I just think it's really cool that the Solana community is so great. This is like one of my favorite things about the Solana ecosystem is all the people that make it so great. Genuinely speaking, I don't know what the future will hold, but I do want to just say thank you all so much for coming out, being supportive. And I hope you have a lovely day. You don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here, my friends. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.